day two began, the focus was on the newest technology, unveiled on Tuesday, the Case IH autonomous, driverless vehicle.
Different.
Strange with no steering wheel or cab up there. Other than that, I assume it's a future. It's coming.
With the depressed market and lowering grain prices, this year isn't the best for new technology.
It's a lot of stuff to see in one day. I don't know if I can see it all in one day.
It's been our best crop ever, both corn and beans.
2 weeks ago, as Mike Penick climbed into his combine, he wasn't sure what this year's yields would bring.
Actually, pretty near the first day, because that was our poorest. We knew it was going to be our poorest corn, and it was still as good as last year's, and we go, oh, this could be good.
Weeks later, he and his son-in-law are pulling those 12 to 16-hour days.
We got about a third of our corn done and about a third of our beans done. So.
And even though the corn and soybeans are giving the thumbs up, prices aren't looking so positive.
You know, even though the prices is down somewhat, you always like to do your best and get the best crop you can.
Depending on the region, right now corn is averaging around $3.50 a bushel and soybeans are down around $8.15. That's a drop of $4 to $5 from 2012's boomer crop.
We as people, no matter who you are and what you are, you're never satisfied with the price. But we will have to deal with it and go from there with it.
With the low prices, Penick says he's crossing a new sprayer off his wish list, and for now he'll keep his eyes set on one goal.
One will be out before it snows.
He knows next year may bring an entirely different chapter to the story he's been a part of all of his life.
That's what I do. May as well have fun with it. Hey.
Yearlings, aren't you, huh? Aren't you?
They helped start Iowa's emu and ostrich cooperatives to get the birds recognized as livestock.
And as a matter of fact, that's what we did an awful lot in the co-ops is we also have legislation to get them in the law as livestock instead of exotics.
Now the farm is strictly ostriches. However, there's still a lot of eggs to gather, and they are a little larger than even I expected.
Just as a size reference, this is my head compared to the egg.
That'll work.
A little different than a chicken.
Because he's big and fluffy like a marshmallow.
We had so many birds come in. Our entries were great. I mean, we've had as many as we've had in the past.
It was cool because it's Iowa State Fair.
The People's Company manages over 16,000 acres of farmland, including some cases like this, where the rest of the building is all of the way
out here.
Yeah, that's a piece of debris from that shed right there.
And yes, that's the rest of Bill Brewer's metal building.
Good and bad both, I guess. It's nice to know what all is out there so you'll know what to look forward to for harvest.
Semi versus tractor, generally it's not a good sign.
It's been 2 days since Randall Malloy had his brush with death.
I remember once just bouncing all over that cab.
On Wednesday, a semi-driver came barreling toward him on Highway 63.
Well, yeah, that's my beauty mark now.
And Malloy's spirits are also back to normal, thankful he'll see his next birthday.
Maybe I should have a big 60th birthday party now.
And by watching Todd scale ladders, toss grain, and run errands, there'd be no telling that just 30 days ago.
Todd had a stroke on August 4th.
An undetected hole in Todd's heart caused the 43-year-old to have a stroke, stealing a majority of his speech, but not his ability to farm.
I would have it, but I can't
say it.
Todd and Kathy are slowly but surely bringing back the once familiar vocabulary that he's lost, and farming seems to be just what the doctor ordered.
The farming community is fabulous, and our friends have been fabulous, and our family have been so good, and you know that's the reason that this has continued on as long as it has.
Along Highway 169, there's a farm that sticks out from the rest. But it didn't always look this way.
We had seen the picture in the listing, but there had been no mention of the barn or the schoolhouse, and this facility, the arena, wasn't here.
From the 1886 schoolhouse to the 1908 barn, the once named Daniel Boone Trail Farm was in poor shape. That is until Greg and Margot, a couple from Washington State, and their son Eric laid eyes on it at Iowa State University.
I was dead set against it. I was like, oh my gosh, this needs so much work.
Eric, an animal lover at heart, had a dream of becoming a large animal vet, and while his mom Margot saw the farm's potential, they would have to move halfway across the U.S. to make it happen.
When we pulled in the driveway, it was like, this is the place for me.
Well, it didn't take much convincing. Dad more so than Mom.
So they did, living out of cardboard boxes for nearly a year. Then the project started. First, the arena.
It's all the stuff that I wanted to have when I was younger and in 4-H that we just weren't able to do.
From stables to a full riding area, Eric designed every inch so horse lovers from across the county like McKenna Spillman can ride whenever they want.
It was amazing, big, it's beautiful inside. We love the arena.
Margot's favorite, the revived dairy barn, a reminder of her Swiss grandparents.
It was like, this is it. Yeah, we wanted to keep it as original as we could.
Of course, Greg has his favorite too, an addition finished just this year.
I could see all the work that needed to be done.
You see, Greg started having symptoms of muscular dystrophy in 1993. Since being diagnosed in 2000, it's become a reality.
I can't run. I can run in the pool. It helps you not only physically, but it helps you mentally to do things that you no longer can do.
Because just like the arena, the pool is open to anyone from athletes to the injured.
Use the strength that he does have and build upon that.
The red hip roof barn, white trim, the calm Iowa summer breeze.
And so it was worth the wait. I think God's timing was perfect.
This couple from the West Coast has given this Midwest farm life all over again.
They've never held us against us that we're newcomers. So but we're farmers at heart.
From Highway 169 in Ogden, Claire Powell, Local 5 News. We are Iowa.